guys, welcome to Grounded and Growing. I'm Marissa, for those of you who haven't tuned in before. Today I'm going to be separating some seedlings. So we're in my greenhouse and I have all of my pre-started seeds ready to go, and we're going to separate them out and pot them up into bigger pots so they have more room to grow. So I'll show you a quick little video of last year how I was repotting things. I was using solo cups and it was a little bit of a different process, but this year I have trays, so it's gonna look a little bit different. So I'll just show you that quick little time lapse and then we'll jump right into what we're doing today. So I was trying to get a good angle here to show you guys what all I have going on. So everything was pre-started in one of these trays. It's a 10 by 20 tray. And I had trays that fit down inside of those 10 by 20 trays that are 6-pack trays. So each of these, I did a 6-pack of a variety, and I planted more than one seed. So you can kind of see, I've already done a few of these, but you can see how there's about three coming up in each of these little cells here. So in order to get these out, I am using a fork or a spoon, just from a regular plasticware set. And I'm trying to save this soil as well in case there's any other seeds in it that haven't germinated quite yet. And I'm gonna be pulling these out and repotting them, the ones that have their starter leaves, or their first leaves, and not just their starter leaves. So the rest I'm gonna leave in here to continue to get a little bit bigger before I decide to pot those. So here is my 6-pack. I had these labeled individually with what is in each 6-pack. These are the blueberry tomatoes. So I'm gonna show you how I've been pulling these out of here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and pot those up. So I'm leaving this one because it is not quite as big and developed yet. Those ones just sprouted up not too long ago. They were a little bit slower than the others. So until they develop these first set of leaves that look like this, I'm gonna leave them to kind of continue to grow in that space. Okay, so I've been using the fork where I can just kind of get down in here and loosen it initially. And then I just am scooping it out. And then I'll separate these. Take one of my new cups. These are pretty large, so I don't anticipate having to pot them up again. This is a deep pot as well, so that should give them lots of room to grow a good root system. So I have my soil here in a little bin next to me. Here is my soil. I keep it in this container here because I pre-mix it. So what I have is a potting soil, and I've gone ahead and added in additional peat moss to this mix and additional vermiculite and perlite. And this will help with drainage and moisture control, and also help it to be a little bit more light and fluffy. That way, when we're still growing and establishing our root systems for our plants, they have a good material that doesn't get compacted. And I'm not filling my cup completely full. I still have about an inch in the top of the cup. And then I'm gonna just take my finger and make a pretty deep hole in that soil. And then take one of my tomatoes, press it down into that hole, and scoop my soil in around it. And this way, I also have a little bit of extra room. If by chance it happens to get a little bit leggy for any reason, then tomatoes, with this being a tomato, what you can do is you can just add more soil up around that stem, because along the stem they're gonna grow more roots. So if I feel like it's gotten really tall and I'm not quite ready to plant it outside yet, then I would just dump a little bit more soil in here and give it more of a root system further up the stem. And then I'm just using tape and a Sharpie to label each one of these. So I'm labeling each one. Oops. And then they will all go into the 10 by 20 trays where I can water from below with these as well, because these have drainage holes in the bottom of them. I'll go ahead and finish the rest of these up real quick. And when you're repotting these, you can bury them all the way up to those starter leaves. The starter leaves are the ones that look more like a paddle shape right here. And you can bury it all the way up to those, because with tomatoes, they're gonna go ahead and grow even more roots along their stem. So that's a really nice thing about tomatoes, and something that makes them a lot easier to start ahead of time. Okay, and so I wanted to tell you that I am also, any of this soil that's left over from those compartments, I believe with this particular 6-pack, most of my seeds came up really well. And germinated about the same time, because I can tell that I've planted 3 seeds in this particular pack, but I have other packs where I didn't have that many come up. So it's a better idea to save this soil, and in case there's any seeds in there that haven't germinated, I know for sure what they are if they do happen to go ahead and germinate. So I'll be pulling all the soil out of here and putting it into 1 cup to know that that's my additional leftover soil from the blueberries tomato pack, and that if by chance a tomato seed does pop up, I know exactly what it is. Alright, so I got them all done, and here we have it. All of these ones potted up, and just a few that are still growing and will be potted up just a little bit later. So I put them all together in the same 10 by 20 tray so that I have room for when I need to pot these other ones up as well. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to check out any of my other videos, and it's a joy to have you here on this journey with me. Thanks, guys.